Okay? Let's go. Internet Darkest Corners 6. I'm ready, chat. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Everybody got their sippy cups? Everybody have their sippy cups in hand?
Fifth alarm. Working structure fire. 7741 Liberty Road Drive.
Alright, here we go.
It's 9 a.m. on May 18th, 2024. Residents of Charlotte, North Carolina wake up to the smell and sight of black smoke billowing up into the sky.
I hope this isn't like a fucking story time.
7-story apartment complex, home to 239 luxury units.
Okay.
Or at least what should have been luxury units. At the time, the structure was still under construction, meaning that thankfully no residents were living there. But this in and of itself presented two major problems. The first was that, in its current state, the top 5 floors were primarily just the bones of the structure, made almost entirely of wood and insulation, making the building as a whole extremely flammable. Meaning that, although the fire had started out relatively small, it was quickly going to consume the entire complex if it wasn't put out quickly. Which brings us to the second and even more glaring problem. The building was actively under construction when the fire started, and that morning 17 construction workers had clocked in, all of whom were now in grave danger. And by the time the firefighters arrived on the scene...
Oh, shit! Chat, we had something like this happen in Toronto where the top of a building caught fire. It was crazy. But, oh my god, this is like... I mean, my building... Well, not my building, but the building that caught on fire in Toronto ended up having thing. You're Big Johnny in this bitch, man. Okay, listen. Small Johnny in this bitch, alright? We're not doing that, okay? But listen. Hear me out, okay? This is alright. But the one in Toronto, holy, that one, whole top of the building caught fire and people were late for work. I was fuming. I had to pack everything for the offsite myself. I was extremely upset.
The situation was already dire. And so firefighters rushed in, finding a large group of the employees and leading them out to safety. Though when they made it outside, they made the horrifying realization that they had only found 15 of them. Somewhere within that lab...
Okay, so 2 mans packed it up. It's just unlucky. You know, it's just unlucky. We got people who, you know, name of the game. They couldn't make it out, you know? Listen, okay, let's say hypothetical, okay? Everybody calm down. Let's say you're in a building. Fire at the top of the building. What do? Are you jumping out that bitch? Like, are you you know, making a rope out of your bed sheets and like trying to scale down to like the lower levels, or what? Like, what do you necessarily do in that situation? Because personally, I don't think you can't really do anything. You know, you just have to sit there, right? I'm a swanton bomb off that. What the fuck is a swanton bomb? What's a swanton bomb? Are you nose diving like down? Swanton bomb. Okay.
Of burning wooden walls,
dude.
2 men were left behind, trapped and calling out to anyone who might hear them. And these...
This better not get me fucking banned. Swanton bomb. Damn! Oh wait, hold on. This is what you doing off of the building? So that's like top floor right now. That's like fucking top floor. Holy fuck. Oh my god. I mean shit. Alright, fuck. My fault. You got it, man. You got it. My fault. I never watched wrestling as a kid. I wasn't allowed.
Trapped men, 30-year-old
Alright, let's lock back in. You know, it's Nick Crowley.
Somewhere within that labyrinth of burning wooden walls, 2 men were left behind, trapped and calling out.
I got you.
And these pleas weren't just being made to those on the scene, as in the following minutes, one of the trapped men, 30-year-old DeMonte Sherrill, would take out his phone, open up Facebook, and go live.
What? Wait a fucking minute. This guy's trapped in a fire, and you're telling me he decided to live stream to some viewers?
Sherrill would take out his phone, open up Facebook, and go live, revealing the horrifying reality that both he and his
oh,
family
brother needs to swanton dive. Oh my fucking god. This is part of the live stream?
Revealing the horrifying reality that both
hopefully
he
got
and his
some
friend
donos.
found themselves in.
Somebody say hell, we're in South Park.
Oh my god.
Okay, at South Park right now.
Oh my God.
At work, and the building on fire, and I can't get out.
The stream showed DeMonte Sherrill and his friend Ruben Holmes somewhere deep within the prospective apartment complex. And though the fire hadn't yet reached them, the smoke certainly had, blanketing them in a thick, impenetrable fog, not only making breathing extremely difficult, but also making it nearly impossible for rescuers to see them.
It's getting harder and harder for them to see us. We're gonna have to go out here and see.
Okay, I'm sorry. Pause this bit. Look, chat, I'm sorry. No matter if there's smoke in the house, okay, I'm gonna tell you this much. This does not work. You cannot tell me if I have a cloth like this, it's like I'm cured, right? Like this is what, okay, I can't say what I want to say, but this is what they try to save themselves with okay, no, we can't do that. Anyways, like a cloth to your mouth does not work. I'm sorry, it can't fucking work. You're still inhaling your bad breath or your goddamn CO2 gas, right? Like you're gonna, like, I refuse to believe this works. I mean, brother, live.
I'm trapped inside, me and my man.
Damn.
This was likely one of the reasons why DeMonte chose to start this live stream, hopeful that it could show rescuers exactly where they were. But based on the footage,
I thought he was
their
trying to get
positioning
some
was far from
donos.
ideal. They were on the second highest floor, floor 6.
He was
which
clip
had only
farming.
one access point, a single stairway that was on the complete
Sorry.
opposite side of the building.
Bad joke.
And based on their testimony in the footage, something had clearly blocked their path to that one remaining exit, meaning that the only other way out would be to jump. Though at 6 stories in the air and falling into what would likely be the heart of the fire, this would have meant certain death. There was quite literally nowhere for them to go. Rescue was their only hope.
My bad. My fault. I did not mean to say. Okay. Always with these videos is to try not to get banned challenged, you know?
Yo, this building is on fire. I'm at work. Somebody say hell, we're at South Park.
Seemingly realizing this, DeMonte began to grow more desperate, yelling out into the void of smoke, while Ruben can be seen in the background waving his phone flashlight, with both men doing anything they could to help rescuers find them. Before...
What happened? What happened? Oh!
the stream abruptly ends.
He got disconnected.
Rescuers were aware of the unfolding situation.
He had bad Wi-Fi. He didn't have the 5G Wi-Fi.
Using a massive crane with a basket attached, which can actually be seen in DeMonte's live stream. Though in it, you can see that it's also facing the complete wrong direction, as the smoke was just that impenetrable. However, at one point, it's believed that the crane operator did actually see these men.
He's the one who went live, okay? Bro got banned IRL. Wow. Facts. Wow.
But the blaze was just too extreme, leading to the operator himself having to be rescued. This left only one real option for saving DeMonte and Ruben. They were going to have to
so they get saved?
Them. And so they climbed that stairway up to floor 6 and started their trek to the opposite end of the structure.
I thought like the bottom of it collapsed.
The
That's why his phone got disconnected.
Crawl, as the inferno around them raged more and more intensely, and the smoke grew thicker and thicker. Though that's when they began to hear
my dog.
Screaming.
Nah, for sure.
Somewhere, lost in that maze, Ruben and DeMonte were yelling as loud as they could for help. This sound was a sign that they were getting close. Though just then, rescuers would be met with another sound.
All companies working 7741 Liberty Road Drive, evacuate structure per command. All companies working 7741 Liberty Road Drive, evacuate structure.
Command all companies, this will be defensive at this time. We'll be ready for this side.
Who the fuck is yapping?
Everybody get out of the collapse zone. Confirming you are coming out, but you're not out of the building.
With the order being made for all of them to evacuate, as by this point, the structure was engulfed in flames, and the collapse was imminent. The firefighters tried to call out to the two in one last attempt to guide them towards rescue, but they never came. In fact, at that point, the structure fell eerily silent.
Okay, first off, I blame the architect. Who designs a building that, you know, when it gets lit on fire, it collapses? You know, like this is bad architecture. This isn't like, you know, someone's fault. It's just bad architecture.
They would leave that structure without.
But damn, it's fucking
Ruben.
smoking.
And minutes later, the fire consumed the entire building, with the temperature inside reaching 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Before
Had to be Ted Mosby is... Oh, shit, is ridiculous, okay? Oh my
it would
god.
eventually topple to the ground. And inside, DeMonte and Ruben would become the sole fatalities of this catastrophe.
Listen, guys, I can't be smiling when we're talking about life and death over here. You know, I look like a piece of shit. You know, I'm laughing at the 911 operator call because of the chat. You know, I look like an asshole. We can't be having this, okay? This is a serious topic. 2 strong men lost their lives, okay? I can't be laughing. I can't be laughing. The YouTube people who are going to watch this YouTube video are going to think I'm a psychopath, okay?
Yo,
Oh my god,
I'm
my
at
dog.
South Park right now. At work, the building on fire, and I can't get out.
Oh, you could tell this guy was a you know.
Knowing how the story ends would make this live stream difficult.
I know
for
he was
anyone to
trapping on
watch.
them
But
corners,
what I
you
find
know?
most upsetting about it is that the majority of those who initially watched this were his own friends and family that
Yeah,
followed
that's
him on
tough, man.
Facebook.
Oh my
with
god.
these
See, look, he got the W drip, you know, like the hairline's a little pushed back. I mean, he's a sweeter man. He's a sweeter man, and you know, him and his girl, you know, R.I.P. R.I.P. my dog. He was what? He was a trap artist, 1000%. He was 1000% a trap artist. Let's go look. Went to A.L. Brown High, Paper Route, wherever the money take me. You see, like, you can tell. Okay, look. Paper Route at wherever the money take me. You see this? You see this? You can tell he was about the guap, chat. You could tell he was about the guap, okay? Yeah.
viewers, including his own mother. And a lot of them probably had no
Yeah, he
idea
was definitely
he even
selling
worked this
him
job,
by the
as
ounce.
he
I'm
had
telling
just
you,
been
man.
hired
Look,
that
you
week.
don't have that as a caption if you're not trapping, right? You don't have this as the caption if you're not trapping. Paper route at wherever the money take me. You know, this guy went everywhere. He went everywhere. W girl too, you know.
That followed him on Facebook,
R.I.P.
with these viewers, including
Trey.
his own mother.
Trey Shrill.
And a lot of them probably had no idea he even worked this job, as he had just been hired that week. His
Oh
brother-
my god. Oh my god. So you're telling me this guy applied to the job and he's 1 week in. First week he oh my god. You know how unlucky that is, guys? You know how unlucky that is. First week on the job and this is what he's fucking dealing with?
brother
Gone
had also
too
caught the
soon.
stream as it was
Gone too
happening,
soon.
and actually rushed over to the scene where he pleaded with the firefighters to watch the footage. But despite doing the best they could, there was just too much working against them to save DeMonte and Ruben.
Fuck, man.
Following an investigation into the fire, it was discovered that the crew was using an organic foam insulation, which was known to be extremely flammable and produce thick black smoke. And this became deadly when the machine used to spray that insulation caught fire, sending the whole building up in
Oh my
flames.
God.
Where they had yet to install any sort of smoke detector or alarm system to alert the crew of a
Okay, see, but this is what I'm talking about. Why are we gonna, like, look, I'm in some next fucking cotton candy field, you know? This is like foam chat, right? Well, not foam. This is like I don't know, insulin, right? But like if this insulin catches on fire, like am I just in like an oven? Like is that what's happening? Like I have wood all around me. Like am I is it clipped? Like people need to start thinking this shit through, you know? Cotton candy field? No, stop. Wow. That's a timeout. You're getting timed out for that one. Once I figure out how to do that, of course, you're getting timed out. I promise you, you're getting timed out. Anyways, right? But like, I don't want to end up in no oven, right? Like, this is what's happening here. You said it? No, I'm setting like this is like cotton candy. Like, it's the same texture, you know? If it's flammable. I didn't say it. You said it. You want me to start exposing chat messages?
fire.
Swear to God,
Making
I'm
matters
not getting
worse, there
banned
had been a
today.
temporary
I might have
set
to
of
delete the
stairs
VOD
made
after this
right where the
just
two
to
men had been
help
trapped.
my PR.
But that stairwell had just been removed. in
Don't
order
even
to
know if I
make
can
way
use
for
this
the
on
permanent
YouTube
set
now.
of stairs.
You fucking bastard.
Because of this and a myriad of other issues, the companies involved with this construction were forced to pay a fine of $50,000.
Damn.
And are currently being sued by the families of both victims.
50K?
But regardless of the outcome, nothing will ever make up for the loss of DeMonte Sherrill and Ruben Holmes.
Oh, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. We might need to start the YouTube video from here, you know? Like... Oh! The Johnny Cashman incident. I wonder what happened here. I wonder what happened here.
Things were
Brother
getting
got packed
concerning.
up ASAP.
Johnny
Oh,
Cashman
you look like this IRL too, by the way. This is how you look like IRL too.
and spoke to his family nearly every single day. But now, on the 6th day without receiving any communication from him, they knew that something was wrong. Johnny lived in Lynchburg, Virginia, hundreds of miles away from his home in Maine, and so, being unable to check on him themselves, they called police in the area and requested a welfare check. Police entered Johnny's apartment on the 19th of April, 2022, and hours later, they would call his parents with the news
What happened?
that they had found their son dead on the floor.
Oh my god, you got packed up. Johnny Cashman got packed up. They call me Johnny Cash, man, because I got cash and I'm the man. You're an absolute fucking geezer. That's what you are, okay? R.I.P. bro, for
According
sure.
to the officer,
For sure, R.I.P.
Johnny had experienced some sort of medical event.
Oh my god, this cannot get more realistic, you know? This actually cannot get more realistic. You've had a medical event, you know? This guy also had a medical event.
Led to GI bleeding that ultimately claimed his life. But this made no sense to Johnny's family. He was only 38 years old
Okay.
and had just been given a clean bill of health after a full medical exam only 4 months prior.
Oh, shit.
It was so out of the blue, in fact, that they even asked if there were any signs of a struggle, or if there was any evidence that he may have taken his own life. But they were assured that there was no trauma, no drugs,
My fault.
and nothing suspicious
My fault.
found on the scene.
No drugs, no trauma, nothing
That there
suspicious?
was no trauma, no drugs, and nothing suspicious found on the scene. And that, as shocking as it was, his cause of death was entirely natural, and had likely just been spurred on by drinking and tobacco use, with the
Aw,
only solace
shit.
being that Johnny didn't suffer, as they stated that he had died instantly. Because of this, no autopsy was performed, as the case seemed as straightforward as it gets. And despite his family questioning if they should get their own autopsy,
Make sure the ghosts aren't
they were told
following
by
me.
officers that it wouldn't be necessary. And so, Johnny's body was cremated and sent back to Maine, in what seemed to be the end of Johnny Cashman's story.
Chat, would you get cremated? Let's be honest, would you get cremated, or would you just want to be buried like how you are? Me personally, I want to get buried how I am. I do not want to get cremated, right? Like, by all means, I do not want to get tossed in like an incinerator and then, you know, like put in like a jar and then hand it to my family. Like, I would rather just have like a headstone, you know? Like, I don't know about y'all, but don't matter. That's completely crazy to me. You well, I guess it don't matter because you're dead, right? But like, for me personally, I need a headstone. I don't want no fucking cremation. I feel like it's bad juju, you know? Like, like they're gonna, when they shovel you in, right? It's obviously not fully you. There's gonna be some like dust and shit. Like, nah, man. I'd rather just have like a nice little coffin. Me personally, hell no.
10 days after Johnny's body was discovered, his ex-girlfriend and her mother made their way back to his apartment in order to retrieve some of her belongings. She knew that re-entering the space was going to be difficult, but ultimately there was no way she could have prepared for what was waiting for her inside. There was blood everywhere. It was pooled in the bathrooms, wiped on doors, spread all over the living space, and was even found on a chair and a
Oh my God.
banister. But the most horrifying part of it all was the walls. They were covered in splattered blood, which revealed long streaking handprints. It was something straight out of a horror movie.
Is volume
And
good
although
though? Like,
Johnny's
can y'all
cause of
hear
death
me
was
and the
deemed natural,
video?
what they found in that apartment seemed anything but. Traumatized by what they were witnessing, the pair snapped multiple photos of the bloodshed and ran out of the unit, directly into Johnny's neighbor. This neighbor revealed that they believed something far worse than a medical emergency had happened to Johnny, as they had a security camera mounted to their door which faced Johnny's unit, and on the day of his passing, it captured something incredibly disturbing.
Oh shit. Alright, what happened, Grim Reaper? Oh my god. Oh my god. Who is this? Is this Johnny?
The footage shows Johnny making his way up the flight of stairs
Okay.
leading to his apartment at around 3:03 p.m.
He seems wasted. Okay. He hops in his apartment.
Nothing seems out of the
Oh my
ordinary.
god, I thought
at
that was
all,
someone following
though
him.
it is noteworthy that he was holding an empty glass, perhaps insinuating that he had been drinking.
Yeah.
But this doesn't seem to impair his movements much at all,
Well,
as he
he's
punches in
fucking
the
leaning.
code and enters his home, just as he did every other day. But moments later, something happens inside that unit And while it goes
That's what I'm saying.
unseen,
Like, look, you can see where he stumbles too, right?
D-Glass,
like, top
perhaps
step.
insinuating
Look,
that
right
he
here.
had been drinking.
He fucking
but
shifts.
this doesn't seem to impair his movements much at all, as he punches in the code and enters his home, just as he did every other day. But moments later, something happens inside that unit, and while it goes unseen, it doesn't go unheard.
Oh my god. Oh my god, everybody hear something? Everybody headphones on.
What are you doing? Yo, what the fuck, dude? What are you doing, man? What are you doing, man? Stop. Stop.
Oh, they going fucking at it.
Stop. Stop.
Oh, they going fucking at it.
The audio seems to depict a man yelling, asking repeatedly, "What are you doing?" And
Okay, but look. Bro lost the 1v1 is fucking crazy. It's actually crazy, okay? You need to go pick up his reboot card. Anyways. Okay, look, chat. If there's a camera here, how did we not know someone's inside? Like, how the fuck did this guy get in? Right? Like, did he have a ladder walk through the window? Right? Like, oh my god. They were going at it. Oh my god. Like, full on tussle. Especially with Johnny a little drunk. I mean, down to lose, I guess.
the audio seems to depict a man yelling, asking repeatedly, "What are you doing?" and begging for something to stop. On top of this, you can also hear loud thuds and banging.
I'm gonna assume Johnny's the one yelling stop.
Almost as if things were falling over inside, or there was some sort of physical altercation, before the unit then goes quiet just a few seconds later. It was unclear if this voice...
I think bro was seeing shit. You think he was seeing shit? I mean, look, if we listen... Okay, it's like, look, the guy's saying stop and he's getting slammed, right? Like, it sounds like he's getting slammed. I wouldn't say, like, he's seeing things, right? Like, look, let's listen again. One more time. Let's listen. There's only one voice. Yeah, but look, listen. That crash right there makes me think, like, it's not another, like, there has to be someone else, you know? Like, you're telling me this guy ended up, like, slamming himself? No way, man. No way. And then there's stop and then unintelligible, right? Definitely tumbled down a few times when drunk. Okay, see, but I don't think, like, he wasn't that drunk because he got up the stairs, right? Like, last time mans were drunk, like, we're throwing up black shit, right? This guy can walk up the stairs, right?
The audio seems to depict a man yelling, asking repeatedly, "What are you doing?" and begging for something to stop. On top of this, you can also hear loud thuds and banging. Almost as if things were falling over inside, or there was some sort of physical altercation.
Maybe it was just like a fucking, I don't know, like police missed something, right? I mean, police didn't enter the apartment, right? They didn't see all this blood.
Before the unit then goes quiet just a few seconds later. It was unclear if this voice was Johnny's, or perhaps someone else who had been inside the unit, but regardless, one thing was apparent from this audio. There was someone else in that apartment.
Nick Crowley just said it. Someone else was in that apartment. You're telling me Casper the goddamn ghost did this to my dog? Come on now.
Despite the fact that Johnny lived alone, and just 7 minutes later, this unseen person would emerge.
Oh shit, see? I fucking told you. Casper can be ruthless at times. No, he can't. Okay? Listen. Look. Let's go look. Oh my god. Okay. I got the freeze frame. Oh my god. Let's see if I can catch his face. Oh, okay. We got a little snippet. I think this is the best I could do. We got a little snippet. Why does this guy look like John Gotti? Okay. Oh my god. See? Okay. He also... Okay, let's just play it. Is that a man bun? He's hideous. He looks like a loan shark. Like this is the guy I would run from when you know I'm down bad in the casino. Like this is the guy who I owe money to, right? This is how he looks like. I wonder what year this was. Like maybe 2013.
This clearly wasn't Johnny, and after leaving the unit,
fuck! You bastard! Why are you gonna cut it out?
This clearly wasn't Johnny, and after leaving the unit, the anonymous man nearly makes it out of the building before he seems to change his mind.
Oh my god, look up. Look up. Look up. Okay, okay. This looks like one of our teachers. I swear to God, this looks like one of my teachers. Receding hairline. Okay, you can already tell he got the M. Bang, bang. Country of origin. We've been through this. I don't want to say American. I want to go. Don't say his name. All right. I mean, look. I think. Ooh. I don't know. I want to say Italian, maybe. Are we going with Italian, chat? Like, what do we think? Country of origin. Country of origin, what do we think? He like, definitely grew up in America, but he might be, like, you know, maybe a Slavic country. I might go, no, definitely not Polish. Definitely not Polish. If he's Polish, he would have no hair. Okay? He's definitely not Polish. He's definitely, like, a Slavic country. Maybe Ukrainian? Polish? No, he's not Polish, man. He's not Polish.
Turning around and walking back up the stairs before fiddling with the door handle, touching it only with his sleeve, like he was wiping off his fingerprints.
Yeah, okay, shit. Johnny was in some shit, man. He looks like, oh my god.
He then walks down the stairs and stops once again, where he seems to be in a state of shock over whatever had just transpired.
Oh, he's fucking
before he composes himself and walks out of the building. But the footage wasn't quite finished yet.
Oh no. What happened? Does Johnny walk out? No, wait, Johnny walks out.
Help! Help!
Oh my fucking god, did you hear that? Let me turn it up. Oh my god, run that shit back. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, that actually scared me.
Help! Help!
That's Johnny, dude.
Help!
That's Johnny.
Just 1 minute later, you can hear Johnny shouting for help from inside the apartment.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my god.
Which moments after, he stops, and no further sound or activity would come from Johnny's unit until police arrived 5 days later. The footage and the scene at the apartment...
Open the door. Stop, man. Stop! I'm gonna look so bad. I'm gonna look like such a piece of shit. Guys, I promise I'm not an asshole.
5 days later. The footage and the scene at the apartment seemed to contradict what Johnny's family had been told about his death. The blood all over made it obvious that Johnny's death had not happened in an instant. And this, coupled by the presence of this unknown man who was clearly distraught and wiping off his fingerprints, as well as the sound of the apparent struggle inside, seemed to point towards something much more sinister than what was initially conveyed to the family. But even with this footage, police still believed that Johnny's death was due to a medical emergency, as they could...
The police have to be fucking stupid at this point. Are we serious? What do you mean medical emergency? You walk into the house, you see blood and fingerprints everywhere, and then you got this fucking bastard walking down the steps while Johnny's, help! Help! You know, like he's going through it. You can hear the brothers getting like, boom, boom, boom. Like that was what was happening inside the crib. And police are gonna say, oh my god, sorry, it was, I don't know. This motherfucker just double pumped him with his fists and got away with it. That's what I'm saying. Oh my god. Oh, that's what I'm saying though. Look, listen. That's what I'm saying though. Like, how are police this stupid? What year is this? I want to understand what year
quickly
this
changed
is.
their initial story, saying that the blood spread was due to uncontrollable vomiting, and that Johnny had in fact likely suffered, at least...
Oh my god. Oh my god. I got it. This guy has friends in the police. Bang. Bang! This guy has friends with the police. So he told them what happened. Police went to the crib. They blamed it all on Johnny having some fucking manic episode. This guy gets away. The police officer that he told to gets paid because this guy's definitely a fucking loan shark. And Johnny has some unpaid gambling debts that he didn't talk about. We fucking solved it. We solved it. Oh my god. Oh my god, we did it. Nah, Johnny defo fucked his girl or some shit and he killed him for it. This shit defo over a girl, I can promise you. I don't think Johnny got game like that. I'm gonna be completely honest. I mean, if we look at Johnny walking up the steps, right? Like, I mean, he don't got that shit on, let me tell you. He do not have that shit on. Alright, let's just... Oh my god, I think
physical altercation, resulting in Johnny taking some sort of blow to his abdomen, which in turn triggered...
Okay.
To my knowledge, it's never been conclusively determined whose voice is who in the recording, and either scenario paints a far different picture.
Okay, first off, and why the fuck is this guy saying I don't know whose voice is who? I mean, Johnny's the one that's dead. Johnny's definitely the guy screaming stop. You know, Johnny's definitely the guy screaming stop. What are you talking about?
What may have happened inside that room. But regardless, this audio makes it clear that Steven's story was fabricated at least to some degree, as he also fails to account for the loud banging in the background. And because of this, at least...
This is a geezer? I mean... Definitely not Polish, by the way. Maybe like... He might be fucking Portuguese. You know, he might be fucking Portuguese, let me tell you.
Some degree, as he also fails to account for the loud banging in the background. And because of this, his version of events is generally rejected, with most people seeming to believe one of two main theories.
What happened?
The first is that, upon arriving home, Johnny and Steven had gotten into a physical altercation, resulting in Johnny taking some sort of blow to his abdomen, which in turn triggered or exacerbated this medical emergency. GI bleeds are horrific, and can certainly cause the level of bleeding that was found in the apartment. And perhaps seeing all the blood coming from Johnny,
nope,
Steven started yelling
one.
at him
Option
before
2.
deciding to run off, fearing that he would be charged for murder. This would explain Steven's demeanor and actions after leaving the apartment, and why he may have fabricated his story, as he knew or knows that he was directly responsible for Johnny's death. And this blow to the abdomen could have easily been missed by investigators, as the injury...
No, fuck no. I'm saying Johnny did not know this guy. Went into the house. Bang. Double pump. Walked out.
Would have been primarily internal. The second theory is that upon arriving home, Johnny naturally experienced a medical emergency, leading to this
Again with this fucking medical emergency. Brother, we heard someone screaming stop and getting the living shit kicked out of them. What do you mean medical goddamn emergency?
catastrophic GI bleed. Upon seeing this and perhaps being in a state of shock, Steven yelled at him, demanding to know what was happening and telling him to stop, as perhaps he was moving around the apartment and tracking blood everywhere, which would explain the other voice saying, "I can't stop." I could see how this experience would make no sense to Steven, and perhaps just having no idea what was happening, he left and tried to make it look like he was never there, as he was afraid of being blamed for whatever was happening to Johnny, and so he essentially left Johnny there to die, whether knowingly or unknowingly. What bothers me about this theory is why 911 was never called, not only by Steven, but by Johnny too, as his phone was found in the unit with blood on it, implying that he had it in his hand at some point, though it's possible that the massive blood loss just made him too disoriented. Both of these theories seem believable, or at least more so than the explanation that Steven had given.
Well, in all honesty, I don't think theory 2 is believable, because if this guy was his friend, and he walked in and he sees his homie throwing up, I would assume he would be calling 911. Johnny did get the living shit kicked out of them. Like, this guy was screaming help, man.
However, in October of 2022, Johnny's case would officially be closed for good, with Steven being cleared of any wrongdoing.
Wait, this was fucking recent! Wait, this was recent! 2022! Oh, wait a fucking minute. This was recent. Oh my god.
Johnny's case would officially be closed for good, with Steven being cleared of any wrongdoing.
Bastard was cleared?! Yo, what the fuck? Where was this? Yeah, no, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy.
Johnny's death was labeled the same way that it always has been. A medical emergency that couldn't be further elaborated on. with the most relevant evidence being that Steven's shoe prints were not found in the blood, but Johnny's were, implying that he had not been part of the struggle. But in my mind,
because he stained Johnny's shoes when he walked away. Oh my god. Okay, you can't tell me if Bastard's wiping the fucking door handle, clearly he doesn't want to know that he's in there. Like, nah, man, y'all police officers need to go, like, you know, back to school.
But Johnny's were, implying that he had not been part of the struggle. But in my mind, this can be explained by both theories mentioned previously. Though regardless, without the possibility of an autopsy, this is likely where this case ends for good.
Damn.
But with this disturbing footage, I can't help but think that there was more to the story than we may ever know.
Fuck. R.I.P. Johnny. TikTokers find a body, chapter 3.
It was around 7:30 a.m. on a warm July morning back in 2019. 17-year-olds Bethany Martin and a 16-year-old friend decide to walk to a gas station near their home in San Antonio, Texas.
She's 17,
and as the two of them made their way
ideas.
down the road,
She's
their path
17.
brought them parallel
Don't
to a
get any
drainage
ideas.
ditch, which was often. And as the teen-year-old friend decided to walk to a gas station near their home in San Antonio, Texas.
Kendrick shirt.
And as the two of them made their way down the road, their path brought them parallel to a drainage ditch, which was often filled with various trash and other discarded material. But on this day, something far more interesting caught their eye. It looked like a man crouching down and leaned up against one of the concrete walls, but the closer they got, the more they realized how unusual his posture was. He looked completely unnatural, and he wasn't moving. And by the time they came face to face with him, the reality of the situation would hit them. They had just found a dead body.
Oh, shit.
This discovery was enough.
Chat, have y'all ever seen a dead body? Like, have y'all ever seen a dead body? I don't think I've seen one. Right? Well, no, I've definitely seen one, but but out in public, you know? Like, have y'all ever seen a dead body out in public? I feel like one time when me and some of my homies went to Toronto, we saw someone laying on the ground. I don't know what happened, you know? Like, I don't know if they were just homeless, you know, or they were, you know, alive and well and just having a fucking nap, but they were like right in the middle of the goddamn road, right? He was dead as shit. Okay. I don't know if he was, okay, chat? I'm gonna put it this way. I don't know if he was, okay? I'm gonna say it here. I don't know if he was. If he was, I would have definitely, you know, helped him out.
To traumatize anyone, Samaritan. Especially two teenagers. And upon calling the police and being sent on their way, Bethany and her friend would make the long walk back home, contemplating what to do next, before they eventually landed on the idea of sharing their experience with the world. And so, as soon as they got in the door, they began to set up lights and their camera in order to film a TikTok.
Chat, they're underage. Stop.
The clip showed the two sitting on a couch, appearing to be in a state of shock, with the words, "Us remembering we found a dead body this morning," plastered on the screen.
L fucking clip. What are you talking about? This is what y'all are gonna post? That's the TikTok. That's the TikTok. L clip.
The clip showed the two sitting on a couch, appearing to be in a state of shock, with the words, "Us remembering we found a dead body this morning," plastered on the screen, offering no other context aside from the description, which simply read, "I wish we were kidding. All respect to the family." Some offered sympathy for the girls, while others viewed their post as insensitive and exploitative. But others weren't even convinced it was real, partially due to this glaring lack of context. But any doubt of this post's legitimacy would be quickly thwarted by a discovery made not even one full day later. Legitimacy would...
Guys, how do you think this conversation went?
Partially due to...
They're like, oh my god, we gotta post it on TikTok. Okay, Amanda, so what you're gonna do, we're gonna sit on the couch like this, and then we're just gonna put some scary music behind it, and we're gonna look at each other like this. And that's gonna blow up. Oh my god, girl, I'm so ready. Like, no, man, stop. What are we doing?
This glaring lack of context. But any doubt of this post's legitimacy would be quickly thwarted by a discovery made not...
This was a planned TikTok, chat. I hope y'all know. This was a planned fucking TikTok.
Even one full day later, as it was revealed that this recording hadn't actually been the only video that these two girls had made on that fateful day.
Oh shit.
On their walk to the gas station, the girls had stumbled across the body of 25-year-old Marcus Adams, with the young man having seemingly perished earlier that morning, with it being apparent that he had taken his own life. But upon finding Marcus...
R.I.P. Marcus. Give me an R.I.P. Marcus in the chat.
The girls weren't actually overwhelmed with sadness or even shock, as instead, their focus immediately went to something far different, as something on the man's body had caught their attention. His necklace. The girls really liked it. In fact, the unnamed 16-year-old had said that it matched her fashion perfectly.
What the
And so,
fuck?
before police arrived, the two would once again pull out their phone and start recording, showing Bethany approaching the body with her intention being to grab his necklace, which she eventually...
No way you're gonna rob the man. Like, no way you're actually gonna rob the man. Are we serious?
does,
Right
removing
off
the
his
medallion
neck.
and giving it to her friend, before tossing the chain into the grass nearby, leading to the girls running away from the scene. The 16-year-old would then post that
So you didn't so you didn't even fucking take it. You took it off his neck and dashed it. Okay, see?
video onto her Snapchat story
My God.
for all of her close friends to see. I can't show the footage for obvious reasons, but it's truly awful. And just based on the audio alone, you can tell that they're very obviously having fun doing this.
Oh no.
You gotta do it now. Now or never.
Okay, let me turn it up. Okay, audio recording, chat, audio recording. Everybody headphones on.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow.
There's something so uniquely disturbing about it. It's clear that upon finding the body, there was no real emotional impact on them, at least none that outweighed their desire to steal from it. And as if stealing from this man who had just taken his own life, and posting it for all their friends to see as if it were a joke, wasn't horrible enough, they then immediately posted this other video to TikTok in an attempt to garner sympathy. It's truly awful.
Sympathy?
And made even more appalling by reports that claim that the
Sympathy. These bitches were clout chasing with this TikTok. They're like, oh my god, it's gonna get 1 million+ views. Let's post the body.
It's truly awful, and made even more appalling by reports that claim that the 16-year-old had actually worn this medallion in the TikTok video, and in others made following its posting. And unfortunately, their actions had even more upsetting consequences, as the footage from their Snapchat story was quickly downloaded by someone they knew and posted onto an app called Nextdoor, with the footage being totally uncensored. And it was on this app where it's claimed that many of Marcus Adams' own family members would see the footage, many of whom weren't even aware that he was deceased. Just one day after posting this TikTok, both girls were questioned by the police after the incident and the footage was reported to them, and as a result, Bethany would be charged with theft of a human corpse, but would ultimately avoid any serious jail time. Meanwhile, the 16-year-old's name and charges were never publicly released, but we do know that the medallion was returned to the family. Perhaps unsurprisingly, Bethany would later come back to her TikTok page shortly after her arrest and share her side of the story, where she gave a less than half-hearted apology, while also claiming to be the victim, saying that her friend had pressured her to steal from Marcus, as well as pressured her into making that TikTok in the first place, because she thought it would be a hit. Though obviously this didn't go over well.
Today I'm trying out co-producer from Output. Go ahead and capture
It was
audio.
getting fucking good. They had me on the edge of my seat, and they're gonna hit me with a fucking advertisement. Jonelle Matthews. Okay, I mean, shit, what did we learn from that? Don't film a dead body and post it on social media? Like, I think that's common sense. Right? Dumbasses. Chapter 4, Jonelle Matthews.
On December 20th, 1984, 12-year-old Janelle Matthews disappeared from her home in Greeley, Colorado in the evening hours. Earlier that day, she had sung at a Christmas concert with her school's choir, which her parents were unable to attend, as her mother was out of town and her father had gone to her sister's basketball game nearby, leading to Janelle catching a ride home with a friend, being dropped off at her house sometime around 8:15, where she excitedly spoke to her father on the phone, letting him know that she had arrived home safe and sound. Approximately 1 hour later, her father, Jim Matthews, pulled into the driveway to find the garage door wide open, and the house completely empty. Janelle was gone, leaving behind her winter coat and even her shoes, despite it being a frigid, snowy night. And it was within that snow that was quickly piling up that lie one of the only real clues left behind at the scene. Footprints, leading directly to one of the home's windows, insinuating that someone had been watching Janelle.
Oh my fucking god, no way. No way. Chat, this is like, one of my scariest things, right? Like having to not deal with a home invasion. Like I'll smack anyone up, right? But like if my kid's home alone and then some bastards in the house, oh my god, I'd lose it.
12-year-old Janelle Matthews disappeared from her Greeley home 1 month ago today. It's believed she's the victim of a kidnapping. She has not been seen or heard from since December 20th.
Her disappearance became a big news story almost immediately, with the whole community and really the whole country becoming invested in the fate of this girl, thanks in large part to her being one of the very first milk carton kids, meaning that her face and information about her disappearance was shown on countless milk cartons all across the country to get the word out. And as a result, this case became huge in the mainstream media, as even politicians began to make note of Janelle's story, with then-President Ronald Reagan mentioning the girl in one of his speeches.
I learned about Jonelle Matthews of Greeley, Colorado, 5 days before Christmas. Jonelle disappeared from her home.
Though even with this publicity, this didn't necessarily guarantee results, and soon months would turn to years, and eventually to decades. And all the while, Janelle's whereabouts remained a complete mystery. Eventually, the rise of the internet would start to play a key role in this case, where even in the late 2010s, over 3 decades after she had vanished, her case was still being shared and still being discussed, just as it had been 3 decades prior, with it still being a point of contention for politicians, even as recently as 20...
Wait, so 3 decades. So a decade's 10 years, she was 12. She would be, what, 42? She would be 42 years old. I mean... In my honest opinion, if she was still alive by 22, or like, okay, no, we can't say that, because what if she was held in like captivity? But like by 22, she would be like an adult. Let's say she she got kidnapped, she escaped, she's 22. By that time, you should have made it home. You know what I'm saying?
2019, when a man running for governor of Idaho mentioned her disappearance in a Facebook post, 35 full years later. Regardless of Janelle's whereabouts, her case was still very much alive, as the world, and especially Janelle's parents, were haunted by the question, what happened to Janelle Matthews? But sure enough, in late 2019, they would finally get their answer.
Oh no.
Bones found in Weld County earlier this week appeared to bring an end to a 3-decade-long search for a missing 12-year-old girl. The Greeley Tribune is reporting they are those of Jonelle Matthews.
On Tuesday, July 23rd, 2019, at roughly 4:50 p.m., a crew had been digging in an isolated field in Weld County, Colorado, in order to install a new pipeline, when they would uncover the decayed remains of a little girl.
Oh no.
It was Janelle, still wearing those clothes that she had worn to her recital, meaning she had likely died the very day she disappeared, having been killed by a single gunshot wound to the head.
Wow.
Janelle Matthews had been murdered in cold blood, and almost immediately upon finding her body, the police would also zero in on their suspect. The man's name was Stephen Pankey, and at the time of Janelle's disappearance, he had been living in the same general area in Colorado. But by 2019, Stephen had long since fled the area, as after the crime, he would eventually pack up seemingly out of the blue and move to Idaho, where when Janelle's body was discovered, he just so happened to be running for governor.
Oh shit! He's running for governor? Oh my god. The skeletons you find in people's closet, man. In 2 minutes?
And during his campaign, Pankey had put out a bizarre Facebook post about Janelle, calling for the Colorado DA to oversee a fresh investigation, as he stated that the local police had wrongly been focused on the theory that Janelle's disappearance was a child abduction and murder, which was quite convenient, as just a few months after posting this, he would be arrested for the abduction and murder of Janelle Matthews.
Oh my god.
Police believe that Janelle had first caught Stephen's eye when he was working as a janitor at the church she attended, with this leading to him stalking her and eventually abducting her on that fateful night, where he threw Janelle in his car and ultimately ended her life, for no reason other than his sick satisfaction. He then proceeded to bury her in a field 20 miles away, in a spot that he was certain no one would ever find her. Now, the evidence supporting this is mainly circumstantial, but it is incredibly concerning. Just 1 day after Janelle's abduction, Pankey decided to take his wife to California in order to celebrate the holidays with his parents, with this trip being completely unplanned, as his wife was only told of it literally the day of, And making things stranger, when they returned home, Steven's car conveniently caught fire and was burned to a crisp, to which he offered—
Oh my god, chat, he thought this shit fucking through. Like, he thought this shit through. Burned the car for evidence, buried and dumped the body, took the wife on the trip. Oh my god.
no explanation for. But in response, he would take the car to a local scrapyard where it would be even further destroyed, taking any potential evidence along with it. But while this is all strange enough, police say that the main indicator that Steven was their man was his clear obsession with Janelle's case. Shortly after the slaying, Steven began listening and watching any news reports he could on Janelle's case, while also having his wife read every single article about the missing girl.
Okay. So I want to break this part down, right? Because so he killed her, right? But he was then obsessed with the case, either because he was nervous, or you know how some like killers have like a fetish of like getting caught, if that makes sense. Like maybe this bastard wanted to get caught, you know, like as like a victory that like, oh, he did it, you couldn't catch me, like kind of like the Zodiac, but the Zodiac would send fucking messages, right? This guy was probably just obsessed, maybe to cover his own ass, who knows? But this is sick, man.
Out loud, to which he would often have her repeat them over and over again. But his obsession didn't stop there, as he would then start frequently calling the police, wanting to talk to them about the case, even going as far as to give them potential leads.
Yeah,
as he
maybe he might have wanted to get caught now. Now that you like, he's calling the police and giving them like leads, like maybe to throw him off, but maybe also because, you know, he wants the recognition, you know, like some killers like that.
Claimed to be fearful that he was going to be blamed for the crime, despite having seemingly never even met her. And it was during some of these many unusual phone calls that he was said to have given details on her disappearance that were never actually made public. His obsession was entirely uncanny, bringing up her disappearance at random even decades later, with his Facebook post being a perfect example. And as it turns out, one of Steven's most incriminating statements came as a result of something he mentioned in that infamous message.
Oh my god.
In it, Steven says that his son Carl had been murdered in 2008, which is in fact true, as the murder was actually fully solved, with it being confirmed that Steven had nothing to do with it. But when he was mourning the loss of Carl, something unusual happened. His now ex-wife recalled that following Carl's death, Pinky never once cried until the day before his memorial service, where she watched him from a distance walk up to their son's urn and begin to sob, eventually blurting out, "I hope God didn't allow this to happen because of Janelle Matthews."
Wow! Oh my god.
Despite maintaining his innocence to this day, Pinky was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole in 2040, his conviction coming 12,634 days after Janelle Matthews' disappearance, with Pinky's cryptic Facebook post serving as a dark relic of his twisted obsession that would eventually expose him as Janelle's killer. I want to give a massive shout out to my buddy Ryan, aka.
Okay, shout out Nick Crowley, of course, but what the fuck? Oh my god. I mean, let's see, like, I hope he dropped another video, maybe. No, definitely not. He drops once every month. We're not gonna get another video in fucking 30 days, man. This guy should be dropping every week. I've been saying this.